the right atrium. By the way, did anybody give you the why is that thing called azygos? A in front of any word means not, and zygos means yoke, Y-O-K-E. What's a yoke? That's that wooden thing that farmers used to use to hold two oxen together.
Oh.
Right? So that means paired. So what does that mean? It's not paired. Now don't blame me, I didn't name it, but that's why they call that thing the azygos. It's not paired with another vein, there's only one of them. And so they called it the azygos. And what's really screw about all of this is, in the humans, it is paired. There is another azygos, and they call the other one the hemiazygos. The cat only has one. So why that? Because they didn't used to study humans in anatomy. It was illegal. You were not allowed to cut up bodies. That was considered sacrilege. People that did that went to jail and prison and stuff like that, right? So they studied animals first. It was unpaired, so they called it the azygos. I'm sorry, I get off my tangents. Let's go back. AI is next. That's the internal memory. Like I said, it's always going to be broken. Okay, then the R, there it is. Very nicely, we got this instrument holding that up. That arrow's pointing to the R, the right vertebral. Then the fork in the road. This arrow here is pointing to, that one right there, it's pointing to the right brachiocephalic. There's the left brachiocephalic. They didn't happen to put an arrow on that one, but you should know that. That is left brachiocephalic. A little bit longer. Look how short right brachiocephalic is, a little bit longer there, left brachiocephalic. And look at that one, they didn't put an arrow on that either, but that is the left vertebral. Okay, just because it's there, I'm going to name it. But there's brachiocephalic. So now what do we got? We got the one that's going out towards the arm here, so that one is subclavian. This arrow is pointing to the subclavian. This one coming off there, going to, wait, what's this? That's the shoulder of the cat.
Yeah.
So what's back there? Scapula. So this is the subscapula going into the subclavian. This arrow here is pointing to the subscapula going into the subclavian. This makes this out here the axillary. This is the one going to this flap over here. Now on your dissections, and I know this for a fact because I did the dissections, this the flap of skin, that's ventral thoracic. This will be much more clean. I expose all of this, so you will definitely see that. All right? If we have a good cat, sometimes ventral thoracic doesn't make it to the test because I don't have a good specimen. But usually we do. Ventral thoracic. That makes this out here, brachial. Okay, this one's going up this way. This is the one that goes all the way up. This one's internal jugular, by the way, just to be complete. But that is the external jugular. This one going all the way is external jugular. About halfway up, a third of the way up. This one going horizontal. What do we call that? Transverse. Where's this coming from? What's this here? The shoulder. So transverse scapula. Mm-hmm. Transverse scapula. External jugular. There's the larynx. And right above it, there it is. Transverse jugular. Notice this one's quite a bit before. It's in that darkness there. There's no arrow on it yet, but on the next slide it will be there. That is the posterior facial. And after the external jugular, transverse jugular, off the external jugular, this is all anterior facial. We didn't do this one, by the way, so you don't have to worry about that one. That one's sublingual, but you don't need to know that one. But there is. There they are all labeled. And notice that one posterior facial that didn't have the arrow before, but now it does have the arrow.
Excuse me, Professor. I saw today in the lab, I took videos, but there was a pin right in here for the cat. Is it transverse jugular?
Correct. It's in the vein, right? You're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. That's always transverse jugular.
Thank you.
That's the only thing in there.
Thank you.